We are going ruins. Why ruins? Because it's a place to get good loot, bro. And then we're going to fight some people early, probably. All right. Favorite movie and why? I don't know if I really have one, but Remember the Titans is a pretty good movie. I'm gonna push this guy right off the bat. Hopefully before he gets a gun. I think he loaded something, right? You missed. Another one. He ran in below. Got him. So waited, listened. At first, I heard him running on dirt. Once we checked outside, I knew he ran in below, right? Because he's not gonna be able to get up to the roof that fast. Plus, you can just hear him running down here. Won't need this. Might as well throw the lightweight grip on it. There's no negative to it. But I'm gonna probably end up taking this AK. Heard a gunshot to the west. Constantly listening to the environment around us. Trying to figure out where people are, bro. Extended quick draw. Load it up. Get that comp for the AK, make it a laser. I'm gonna take the extra mag with us because the AK combo with a UMP just isn't all that good. It's better when it's suppressed though, because then, I mean, there's certain things you can do with that UMP, especially if we put like a scope on it and use it as like a makeshift VSS. That could definitely work. Could be an interesting, fun time with that. Just gonna go around and finish looting off all the ruins. We need to find first aids and bandages. While we're checking this, should be scanning around, making sure there's not someone wanting to camp on us. Especially from like the ridge line south of us here. All the rocks and whatnot. And remember, we had that guy firing to the west, so he was over in these buildings. He could end up pushing this way. But yeah, this cliffside, right? A lot of people like to go here and overlook ruins. Honestly, we shouldn't climb up on this side just for that reason. That it would be likely if someone's going to be around, they would be on that cliff. So climbing up there is risky. God, we have so many boosters. It's insane. An insane amount of boost. First aid. Take some bandages because we don't have any yet. What are we carrying too much of? Really, we're carrying too many boosters. I'm going to... Adrenaline syringe. Crouching up and down so it'll make it a harder shot if someone is actually watching us. We don't immediately just get domed. At least one would hope. So, circle. We're already in the circle. Center of the circle is by boot camp, south of boot camp. I'm going to push over here and check and see if I see this guy. Painkillers weigh a whole damn lot. Also, we need to start gassing up vehicles for one of the missions. So I might start collecting gas cans. But alright. What do we see? An open door on that house. This, though. That has an open door. That one's not normally open. So it could have been someone early that landed there and ended up fighting the other guy. Or could be the dude that we're looking for here. A lot of the time, people will push back here and loot these docks. back behind this compound over this hill. Just knowing that he hasn't pushed into us and we haven't got shot at yet. More gunshots now, up to 10. So it might be that he pushed up the hill. Not entirely convinced, but it's a decent chance. If I was paying more attention to the gunfire of the game... Nope, he's right ahead of us. There you go. Super easy control. The UMP suppressed. No one even heard us. Dude climbed inside the window. His box is in here. Just get to go in and loot. What? I guess it didn't go in there. I guess it was outside. It just didn't look like it was. I was going to drop the painkillers to pick up more energy drinks. Energy drinks are the most efficient boost. And what I mean by that is you can carry the most boost in energy drinks. It takes like, what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds for... It takes like 4 seconds to hit an energy. And... Which is pretty quick, right? It's the quickest out of any of the boosters. It gives you the least out of any of the boosters, but it's not that much less than a painkiller, which is an extra... I believe like 3 seconds, 2 seconds. But the energy drink weighs like almost a third of what the painkiller weighs. So if you want to carry the most boost, you carry energy drinks. And the good thing about energy is you can just get them off real quick. Looking for the other guy that was up the hill. So you can keep your boost up, and if you have a bunch of energy drinks, just anytime it falls below the marker near the center of your boost bar, just hit another one and you're back at full boost. Only took you 4 seconds. Well, dude up the hill, he could have pushed further south. We were moving over towards the compound. I didn't notice him. All right. I'm going to push closer to center. On Scenic, I like to play close to center. Even though, like, circle's moving slower, still by playing at center, you kind of get the advantage. If you keep getting hard shifts away from you, you'll be on the side stacked up with the most people. Also, from center, you can keep pushing people over and over because you'll hear all the fights happen. It's another shot southwest. By playing center, you can pick up almost all the stuff that's happening around you in the circle and start painting a picture of where people are coming in from. Almost always, this area right here, these like 3 cliff sides have a lot of people because a lot of people have to transition through here. Like all of this island ends up funneling like this way, right? They all end up going like right here to get across. Not that many people go down and cross here. So if you're trying to play more safe, you'd want to go like down and cross this towards the south. Because a lot of people funnel up here towards these buildings and try to cross the land bridge and the regular bridge. And you get people holding you across from the yellow. And people also trying to move across from the North Island. So you almost always end up seeing people around here. Not 100% of the time, but quite a damn bit. Quite a bit. This plane coming in is going to drop a crate for us. And then we'll definitely be able to figure out... we'll definitely be able to get a fight. Always people at crates on this map. It's rare that you get to run up to a crate and loot it for free. There's almost always someone nearby. Dropped. Gotta be careful with this hill too. This hill is one of the more dangerous points on this map. There's tons of stuff up here. Rocks, trees, little changes in elevation, bushes. People like to prone at the top of the hill and overwatch the boot camp. So you just can come up here and step on a snake. I'd like to be able to just sprint towards that crate, but for that exact reason, we're going to keep the gun out. Heard the suppressed fire ahead of us, car 98. So yeah, he's over on this far side of the hill, it sounds like. Vehicle just drove by to the southeast, stopped. So we got a guy south. It's gonna be like right up here, probably at one of these trees. He could have moved on the vehicle too. Oh, the crate landed here. I think I heard footsteps to the left. Yep. Prone behind the screen, just pray to God someone else doesn't see me. Could run back further on the hill and prone, but I mean, there's just as pretty much good of a chance someone's seeing you back there coming from behind us as there is right here. So I just barely heard some footsteps pushing up the hill. He was sprinting up, and you can just hear like the very faint sound difference. And so he gave me the drop on him. I would like to change maybe to the sniper here, but it's not a huge deal. The problem is by looting that body, it's right on the side of the hill there. Like everybody can see you from across. It's just risky. I don't really want to spend too much time on that body. And it's not always a bad thing to swap it up. Get to use a different weapon like the UMP. Show off other things. So he's in this house. He probably would not be able to know where we were firing from. That he probably heard though. This was a different guy entirely behind us. Like, see, we could have ran back earlier when we were low to try to be more safe on this hill, but who knows, dude? We might have ran right into that guy. All right, well, I expect him to be in this house, right? We shot him before. I think I heard footsteps for a second. Shot him before he went in. And we haven't seen him since. I'd expect him just to be hiding in his house. Often, when you're dealing with someone in the house that's doing this, it's not moving, it's just hiding there. Unless you can figure out exactly where they're at in the house, like they give themselves away from movement, whether you can just see them by moving out and around and just catch them chilling in a corner. It's often just better off to leave them. Like, look at this, the circle. I can hear him moving around in there. He just moved out to this other one. So now he's gonna come out. Unless he's just planning on hiding in this little shack. Nope, he's moving back around. I'm holding off to make sure I get the right shot. There we go. So in that situation, often you'll see players make the mistake of firing at someone when he's passing between the buildings there, rushing their shot. Like, oh, they're the guys. They really want to get the kill, right? Some of the mistake that I used to make all the time when I first started playing Battle Royale games back in Arma 3. And you make the mistake of just trying to push your shot. Rush it. When you can't actually get the kill, you got to understand, am I able to kill this guy right here? And if you're not able to kill that guy, you shouldn't really fire the shot, because then you're just going to give away. It turns into a way more difficult fight. You're going to give away where you are, and it's going to make it way more difficult on you. We're going to go with the Mark 14. It's my favorite gun in the game. So yeah, let's do it. The suppressor. It could be fun, but you really need recoil reduction to make the Mark 14 all that great. You really have to fight down recoil if you don't have any recoil reduction. Did I say protection? Reduction. There's another body right here. Let's see if he has a cheek pad for us. Yeah, he does. He does indeed. Nice. But yeah, if you don't take a comp, it's gonna be bad news for you. We heard the sniper back here. He's got to push in. people fighting on these hills, like, just let them funnel into us. One just died at the play zone. So they might have gotten in a fight. The play zone might have killed somebody. He might try to run up here. So I'm going to try to cut him off quick. You hear him? That was likely the guy. So by moving up here, just holding this rock, I'm going to be able to see if he goes down the hill, and I'll be able to hear if he's coming up above me. I checked a little bit further because when I didn't see him moving down the hill, I expected him to be up the hill, right, moving in. It's like if we don't see him in the one spot, then he's got to be in the other spot pretty much. Oh, go loot the body. Go loot it. Just waited. You could tell. I mean, he's moving towards that body like he wants to get the loot. Just wait. Let it make it an easy shot on yourself. Make it a real easy shot on yourself. Look, it's shifting back across. It was pretty unlikely. It was more likely it was going to end on this side, but it happened to shift back across. We want to get across early here. Because if someone else gets across before us and is starting to fire back at us, and then you know, we're getting stuck in the blue zone. Honestly, I probably should have paid more attention to the circle a little bit earlier and got across. Because now we're maybe going to get stuck. I need to sprint. Ooh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all. I'm going to have to go through the blue. I've got enough meds for this. But it's moving pretty quick. I should have been paying more attention to the circle and just left earlier. But this circle doesn't hurt too hard. When it locks, it's going to hit a lot harder. So I'm trying to catch up to it. It's moving very fast because I was on the long side. But like I said, I have a lot of first aids. We would have been better off to hill at the rock, but the closer we get to the circle, the better for us. Because once this locks, it's going to hit a lot harder. I should be able to hit one more first aid and then get in, though. Hitting it. And then I'm sprinting in. I have enough first aids that there's no point in risking it super close to dying here. Just hit the first aid and then get in. We have to be a little bit scared about someone being in these buildings. But I'm going to move over here. I'm going to med back up. We got 20 seconds to move. And we don't want to get stuck in this blue either. We can hit one more bandage and then we got to move. There we go. We want to stay ahead of this, so I'm going to try to listen to see if anyone's in these buildings. But we don't want to be right next to the blue edge and I have to take a fight and get stuck in the blue, so I'm just going to push quite a bit ahead. And then I can slow down a little bit as we get closer here. 4 other players left. So if someone were lurking in these buildings, they'd have to come out behind us right here, right? The blue. Clear these, really. Didn't see anybody. Also, when we ran past, it would have been likely for someone to shoot at us there. If there was somebody in those. Just gotta be careful now. Be checking for snakes, people just laying prone. Let the circle push everybody in. We hear these fights happening, but I just see movement down the hill there. Towards the rock. It could have been the zone, but I think it was a player. For a second, it sounded like I heard a prone sound, but I'm not entirely sure. Someone's just chucking nades. Someone is just chucking nades. So in this situation, there's 4 people left in this circle. That's a lot of people. If you're just out moving around, you're going to step on somebody. Someone's going to be hiding behind a rock and see you or hear you coming. It's one of those things where I'm just going to lurk back, especially since the circle's close to us here. We don't really have to worry about moving a whole lot. So I'm kind of just lurking back around the edge, and I'm waiting for these other guys to start killing each other so I can understand more of what's going on with this circle. And just knowing that no one's seen each other, shot at somewhere, each other, I'm going to expect there to be someone like very close here. This guy's going to move in. I'd like to push over and kill him. I'm always checking at the edge of these rocks here where someone's likely to be prone. That was the guy that just got the kill. The other guys are likely either very close to me prone or east, right? And the reason I say that is because, yep, that guy should have got shot at, or I should have been shot at by someone else by now. I'm going to push all the way to this tree. He was on the far edge of this circle, and try to use this tree as cover. Suppress UMP. I mean, he's probably trying to play sneaky, right? Probably prone in a bush. Nope. So I seen the body. Once I started shooting at it and see no movement and I didn't get the kill, I knew it wasn't the player. He leans me in the tree. It's one of those things where we just have to swap over and hit our shots, get the kill with the Mark 14. He's not going to be able to kill us all that quick. We were level 3'd out of our minds. So UMP wasn't a huge threat. But just turn the fight on him. Laser him down with the Mark 14. We lurked back towards the end because there was 5 people left. That's a lot of people in that side of the circle. If you're out moving around, you're going to get shot at. And likely you're going to get shot at by multiple people because everybody was pretty much hiding. But we had the opportunity, since the circle was close, to not have to move that all that much. So we waited. I hear the guy fire on the far side of the circle, right? He fires on the far side of the circle. We don't hear anyone else fire at him. I start slowly pushing that way to check. I was checking the rocks in the way. I was checking the grass. I didn't just blindly sprint because I knew there was people likely around, because 5 people in that small of a circle. Especially when like no one's getting shot at. People could be anywhere. So move slowly towards that direction. I know that guy's either going to have to come up the hill towards me, or he's going to lurk on the edge of the circle down the hill. So I just move over. We spot him. Kill him. Then immediately, what do we know? I just moved from the north side of the circle to the south on the west edge, right? So we moved on the west edge from north to south. So we pretty much cleared out the whole west edge. No one shot at us, and no one shot at him. So no one's going to be close to him, and nobody's close to us, really. So after that, I was about to say, the other guys are on. I said the other guys are on the other side of the circle. How do we know that? Because we cleared out half the circle, basically, by moving that way. And then immediately we hear those shots. I push on the shots to make sure that the guy isn't like going to be able to flank or move on us, to kind of trap him over there on the edge of the circle. We maybe make a little bit of a mistake to shoot the dead body, but we kind of had to do that to check. I mean, if that's him laying prone right there, we have to make sure that that's not him. Otherwise, he could just laser us down with the UMP prone with no recoil, you know? But as soon as I realize it's not him, we still know that he's very close around there. Immediately see him peek the tree and just transfer over and fire on him. G to the GG.
And his name is John C.
Let's go, dude.